trucks and hauling freight. Hey! 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 Red and green and brown and blue, they're the really useful crew. Down the hills and round the bends. Oh! Hey! Thomas and his friends.
Whenever the work on Sir Tom Hatt's railway was too much, Henry the Green Engine would take some time away with his driver and fireman at his favorite port on the other side of the island. Henry always loved coming here. After the trees had grown back again after a storm, Henry's trips to the forest were more special than ever. Recently, Henry had made friends with a small fox cub, which was a rare breed. Henry's crew had nicknamed the cub Emmanuel and would offer him their sandwiches and watch him play around Henry until it was time to leave. But what Henry didn't know was that Emmanuel's future was almost going to be shattered. One day, Henry was just about to leave for his forest. He was talking to Gordon and Duck about the day's work when a very nervous Toby arrived. "Is everything alright?" asked Duck.
I'm afraid not. We've received some fox hunters.
"Fox hunters?" said Duck. "What are they?"
Ruthless men who think fox hunting is a sport. They ride on horseback in smart white and red suits, with beagle dogs chasing the foxes ahead of them. It's disgraceful."
This made Henry feel worried. Without another word, he ventured off to the forest. He knew all too well that the fox hunters will be after Emmanuel. Meanwhile, Edward had dropped off some supplies for Trevor at the Fig orchard. Toby had also informed him about the fox hunters, and he was deeply concerned about Henry. He was just about to leave and make a report to Sir Tom Hatt about the situation when suddenly a loud bugle horn echoed in the distance. "But that's not good," said Trevor. Edward looked on, and from afar, he saw 4 men on horseback galloping towards the forest, with 3 beagle dogs ahead of them.
That's definitely not a good sign. Hopefully Henry will protect the fox cub.
"Fox cub?" said Trevor. "What fox cub?" But Edward had already left. At this time, Henry had finally arrived at his forest. He was worried for Emmanuel and hoped he could stop the fox hunters from getting him. He was just figuring out what to do when he heard a voice. "Henry!" Henry looked next to him, and there was Kion, eager to let him know of something urgent.
Kion, have you seen Emmanuel?
"He trotted across the tracks a few minutes ago. He's headed for the forest clearing."
Then the fox hunters will chase it now, but not if I get there first.
Pumping his pistons and blowing his whistle with great confidence, Henry darted from the opening of the forest. "I hope Henry gets to the opening of the forest before those hunters do." Henry charged out of the forest as fast as his wheels could carry him. He just arrived at the clearing when Emmanuel scrambled up the hill and down towards him. Henry's driver and fireman coaxed the fox cub to hide behind Henry while they waited for the fox hunters. Eventually, the beagles came into view, followed by the hunters. "Get that cub!" said the leader as they charged towards Henry.
"Oh no you don't!"
said Henry bravely. He closed his eyes and let out a great cloud of steam. One horse reared up with fear, the beagles were frightened, and the other horsemen stopped where they were. "Back the other way!" shouted the leader. "This engine's protecting the cub!" They scurried off as fast as they could, but luckily, Terrence's owner had managed to call the authorities, and the fox hunters were arrested. Henry heaved a sigh of relief as Emmanuel nuzzled his buffer beam, safe from the hunt. That evening, Henry's dragon fireman decided to give Henry a polish in the forest. He rightfully deserved it. They were just finishing up when Thomas arrived. "Well done, Henry," he congratulated. "Graham here told me everything." Henry smiled.
What happened to the hunters?
"Edward told us that the top hat had sent those hunters away in disgrace," replied Kion. Henry was very relieved. They were just about to leave when they heard a yipping sound. Henry's eyes lit up as Emmanuel appeared. He scurried up to Henry and licked his buffer as if to thank him. "You have quite the remarkable fox cub, Henry," smiled Thomas.
And I'm protecting and the creatures in the forest with my life.